This marks the beginning of Seth Speaks, Chapter 2, The Nature of Personal Reality. Reality and Personal Beliefs. It's September 13th, 1972, 9:36 p.m. on a Wednesday. Let's begin. You form the fabric of your experience through your own beliefs and expectations. These personal ideas about yourself and the nature of personal reality will affect your thoughts and emotions. You take your beliefs about reality as truth and often do not question them. They seem self-explanatory. They appear in your mind as statements of fact, far too obvious for examination. Therefore, they are accepted without question too often. They are not recognized as beliefs about reality, but are instead considered characteristics of reality itself. Frequently, such ideas appear indisputable, so a part of you that it does not occur to you to speculate about their validity. They become invisible assumptions, but they nevertheless color and form your personal experience. Some people, for example, do not question their religious beliefs, but accept them as fact. Others find it comparatively easy to recognize such inner assumptions when they appear in a religious context, but are quite blind to them in other areas. It is far simpler to recognize your own beliefs in regard to religion, politics, or similar subjects than it is to pinpoint your deepest beliefs about yourself and who and what you are, particularly in relationship with your own life. Many individuals are completely blind to their own beliefs about themselves and the nature of reality. Your own conscious thoughts will give you excellent clues. Often, you'll find yourself refusing to accept certain thoughts that come to your mind because they conflict with other usually accepted ideas. Your conscious mind is always trying to give you a clear picture, but you often allow preconceived ideas to block out this intelligence. It has been fashionable to blame the subconscious for personality problems and difficulties. The idea being that early events, charged and mysterious, lodged there. In this country, several generations grew up believing that the subconscious portions of the personality were unreliable, filled with negative energy, and contained only locked up, unpleasant episodes, best forgotten. They grew up believing that the conscious mind was relatively powerless, that the adult experience was set in the days of infancy. These concepts themselves set up artificial divisions. People learned that they should not be aware of the subconscious material. The doors to the inner self were to be shut tight. Only lengthy psychoanalysis could or should open them. The normal individual felt he had best leave such areas alone, so in cutting off these portions of the self, barriers were also set up against the joy of the inner spontaneous self. People felt divorced from the core of their own reality. The concept of original sin was a very poor, limited, and distorted one. But, at least along with it, went rather simple procedures. Through baptism, you might be saved, or through certain words or sacraments or rituals, redemption could be found. The idea of the tainted subconscious, however, left man no such relatively easy way out. The few rituals possible required years of analysis, which only the very wealthy were privileged to experience. About the same time, that idea of the unsavory subconscious arose so strongly, the idea of the soul went out the window. Millions of people, therefore, believed in a reality which they were deprived of the idea of a soul and burdened by the concept of a very unreliable, if not definitely evil, subconscious. They saw themselves as vulnerable, solitary points of egos, riding perilously and unprotected upon the tumultuous waves of involuntary processes. This marks the end of Seth Speaks, The Nature of Personal Reality, Chapter 2, Part 1. Let's talk about it. So here Seth emphasizes that individuals shape their experiences through personal beliefs and expectations. These beliefs about oneself and reality influence thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Now, often, these beliefs are accepted as absolute truths without questioning. They become invisible assumptions that color personal experiences. People tend to recognize such beliefs in certain contexts like religion or politics, but are often blind to their deepest beliefs about themselves. This blindness leads to a lack of awareness about one's beliefs and their impact on personal experiences. Seth criticizes the prevailing belief that the subconscious is filled with negative energy and unpleasant memories, which led to a disconnection from one's inner self. A very important note here is that this view created artificial divisions within the self, preventing people from experiencing the joy of their spontaneous inner selves. You see, the concept of original sin and the idea of a tainted subconscious left people feeling vulnerable and isolated, devoid of the belief in a soul, and burdened by the notion of an unreliable or evil subconscious. Sadly, this belief system painted individuals as solitary egos, navigating life's challenges without protection or guidance. If you've enjoyed this passage, please consider giving it a like, sharing with a friend, and of course subscribing for more. What did you think about this particular lesson? Leave it in the comments below. And until the next time, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm Tony Victory, a wolf uncaged. Thank you.